Access denied.
Access granted.
This came from NBC News in the last few days, where they said Jack Smith urges Trump classified documents judge to set aside Clarence Thomas' opinion on special counsels. Federal prosecutor Jack Smith is urging the judge to overseeing the former President Donald Trump's classified documents case not to take into consideration a concurring opinion by Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas that calls into question his authority as a special counsel. In a court filing Friday, Smith agreed to a briefing on the Supreme Court's presidential immunity ruling and how it pertains to Trump's case in Florida, but he sought to dissuade U.S. District Judge Aileen Cannon from factoring in Thomas's opinion, which Trump's lawyers say should be discussed. That single justice concurrence neither binds this court nor provides a sound basis to deviate from the uniform conclusion of all courts to have considered the issue that the Attorney General is statutorily authorized to appoint a special counsel, prosecutors in Smith's office wrote. Thomas had suggested that the appointment of Smith as special counsel raised a potential violation of the Constitution's provision on appointment power and how an office may be created. This is the ringer of the whole article right here, because we're going to move on to today's breaking news in the last hour. If there is no law establishing the office that the special counsel occupies, then he cannot proceed with this prosecution. A private citizen cannot criminally prosecute anyone, let alone a former president. Well, things just seem to be working out in Trump's favor, because today we have breaking news. Trump's Florida case stunningly dismissed after the judge finds appointment of special counsel Jack Smith violated the Constitution. Boy, oh boy. It's a short and sweet article here, because I don't think they're going to comment much on what happened, at least not at this point in time. Maybe in the next few hours we'll find out more. In a stunning move, former President Donald Trump's confidential documents case was tossed out by a federal judge in Florida on Monday, eliminating one of his biggest legal liabilities just 113 days before the November 5th election. Judge Aileen Cannon dismissed the case against the Republican presidential candidate, which was widely viewed as the most serious of 4 criminal cases he faces. On the grounds that the appointment of special counsel Jack Smith to the prosecution violated the Constitution. I am thrilled that a judge had the courage and wisdom to do this. This has big implications, not just for this case, but for other cases, Trump told Fox News in an interview. And he's right. He's right for sure. The special counsel worked with everybody to try to take me down. This is a big deal. It only makes the convention more positive. This will be an amazing week. Trump 78 faced up to 450 years in prison. That's oh my gosh. If convicted on all counts in the case. The ex-president was accused of hoarding troves of confidential documents at his Mar-a-Lago home after he left office and then attempting to cover it up. Cannon ruled that Congress was required to appoint constitutional officers, and the legislature was also needed to approve spending for such a prosecution. That role cannot be usurped by the executive branch or diffused elsewhere, whether in this case or in another case, whether in times of heightened national need or not. The judge wrote that special counsel Smith's investigation has unlawfully drawn funds from the indefinite appropriation. The special counsel's office has spent tens of millions of dollars since November 2022, all unconstitutionally from the indefinite appropriation. For more than 18 months, special counsel Smith's investigation and prosecution has been financed by substantial funds drawn from the Treasury without statutory authorization, and to try to rewrite history at this point seems near impossible. The court has difficulty seeing how a remedy short of dismissal would cure this substantial separation of powers violation, but the answers are not entirely self-evident, and the case law is not well developed. Here's where it's kind of interesting. In a remarkable coincidence, just hours before Cannon's ruling, Trump told the Post's Michael Goodwin that we hear that President Biden and the Justice Department, rather than the judge, would be dropping the case in additional federal charges related to the 2020 election after the failed assassination attempt on Saturday. Neither the Department of Justice nor lawyers for Trump immediately returned requests for comment Monday. They say this is a developing story. So if Biden does drop some of these cases against Trump, oh man, God bless America. That is going to be such a good thing for our country. That is what we need right now, and I hope that Biden does come out and do that. But I think it's interesting that they put that at the end of the article here, but it seems like Trump is just taking W after W out here after turning his head just enough to not get his damn head blown off, to now getting his court cases dropped. It seems like he's going to win in a landslide. It seems like our country is coming towards a better spot and a more unified spot, because the reason I want Trump to get into office is because I want him to serve his 4 years. I want him to get out. I want everyone on the left to realize that they were duped by the media and they were manipulated into thinking this dude was literally Hitler. Of course, they'll be saying when this does happen, well, he did have divisive rhetoric, and of course he did say things that made me feel uncomfortable, but we'll see that these things were blown out of proportion when he just gets into office and has a term very similar to his first term, where he makes a lot of big changes for the country, gets us in a better spot economically, or whatever ends up happening. He's definitely not going to be instituted as some kind of dictator in this country and is going to take over as the new authoritarian ruler of America and instituting the Project 2025 plan of like authoritarian Christian rule over the country. It's insane. That's not what's going to happen. Project 2025 in and of itself seems like a farce. It seems like something that the left did, that a bunch of rhinos got together and made or something so that they can try to demonize conservatives. I don't know. But anyways, for this video, guys, that's pretty much all I got, but I wanted to kind of put this out and cover this because this is breaking news in the last few hours. So for this video, that's all I got, guys. Until the next one, be safe and God bless. Bye-bye.